What's up guys, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage. Now today I'm going to be talking about one of the new Pokemon revealed in yesterday's trailer, which is Minior. And a sort of, I guess a theory about it, and what it could be, who it could be related to, etc. But first up, let's just look at Minior in general and break down, first up, its name and its design. Now, as you can tell probably from the design in the first place, and this part of the name, it's based on a meteor, because obviously Minior, meteor, it fits in right there. So it's based on a meteor, which are chunks of rock which fly through space, basically. So, then we also have Mini at the start of its name, Minior, so maybe this suggests like, oh yeah, Mini, a mini meteor, and then there'll be like a Giga Meteor, I don't know, that's a crazy thing. And then obviously there is one other little, not obviously, but one other little word which can kind of fit in there as well, which is Junior. Because obviously we have Minior and then Meteor, but why couldn't it be Minior with the E-O-R on the end? Well, because you have Junior as well, so you have Minior and Junior. Obviously it's not exactly pronounced the same way, but Minior is Meteor, Mini and Junior all chunked together. So let's talk about this theory in particular, and you'll see how that sort of fits in a minute. So we have Minior. What is Minior a possibility related to? That makes no sense, but yeah, what is Minior possibly related to? Well, I'll throw it at you. Lunatone and Solrock. Why? Well, first up, the thematic theme makes sense. Meteor, outer space, and we also have Solrock and Lunatone, who they're not obviously from outer space themselves, well they could be, who knows, but they are based on the sun and moon, both objects from outer space. And I'm not saying that meteors turn into suns or moons, but Minior with a Lunatone makes sense, they're both chunks of rock, and Solrock really is just a chunk of rock itself. It's not a fire type, it is based on the sun in design and sort of theme, but it's not a fire type, so it's not like Minior has to gain a fire type to become Solrock, so it could easily be related to these two Pokemon. And of course, linking back to the name, we had Mini and Junior, two words in the name there. And what do those words indicate? Yes, child. Junior being young, the sort of junior, senior, so the younger version. Mini meaning small, little, etc. means child, basically. And we've sort of seen this before with Mime Junior and sort of, Mime Junior or just Mime Junior, it's got Junior in the name. So generally, sort of they use child-related words to indicate baby Pokemon or pre-evolutions, and that's what I'm suggesting here. Minior could well be a pre-evolution of Lunatone and Solrock, or indeed just one of them. Next up, we'll look at typing, however, because they all share a type, which is rock. However, Minior is a rock flying type, and as I'm sure you know, Lunatone and Solrock are both rock psychic types. Now, how does this work? I'm sure you're asking me, oh, well, it's not going to lose a flying type, is it? Psychic, why not? Well, it's happened before, for one. All of these Pokemon here lose or change type upon evolution. Yes, we have Onyx and Scyther up at the top left. They are slightly different because they are trade evolutions, but all of these others change type upon evolution. Pupitar goes from rock ground to rock dark. Skrelp from water poison to dragon poison. Surskit from bug water to bug flying. It's happened before, basically, so it's not anything that's unheard of in the Pokemon universe. Plus, look at the typings and think about it a bit more. It goes from rock flying to rock psychic. Sure, keeps the primary type, and the secondary type changes from flying to psychic, but think about Lunatone and Solrock's abilities. They are both levitate. Flying, levitate, it's a very, very similar sort of thing. Now, why would they make Minior rock flying? Well, maybe the rock psychic maybe just doesn't fit in there. Maybe not. And they wanted to give it a flying type, so it wasn't a really sort of, takes away the ground type weakness for one, and obviously they didn't want to give it levitate, because it has this awesome, funky, sort of unique ability, which is called Shields Down. Which leads on to the next section, which is asking, would they actually do this? Minior has, as I just mentioned, this really unique ability to it, Shields Down, which means when it goes down to half health points, it loses its outer casing and the core is exposed, which means it's less sort of, less defensive, but it can attack more easily and do more damage. And obviously we have at least six different colour cores at the moment we know of. 6 have been shown so far. There could be more, at the moment, as I said, we don't quite know. So would they actually get rid of this ability to evolve it? Because obviously when it evolved into Solrock and Lunatone, it would lose that ability and have just Levitate. Or the possibility here is another one I'm suggesting, is that Solrock and Lunatone could get themselves Alola forms, very similar to the Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales, where Solrock and Lunatone could be basically powered up versions of their normal forms, where Solrock could be a Rock Fire type or a Fire Psychic type, and Lunatone could be a Rock Dark type or a Dark Psychic type, or whatever type you might want to give it there. It's possible they could get extra forms, maybe they won't change type, maybe they get a new ability that will be related to Shields Down, possibly, who knows. But would if say we don't get any new Alola forms for Solrock and Lunatone, would they actually get rid of Shields Down for an evolution? Well, I would say yes, Cool, yes, Shields Down is a funky little ability for Minior to have, but does it really need to carry that ability onto an evolution? Can you imagine, a Gigior, as I mentioned earlier, a grown-up version of Minior with the same sort of ability, Shields Down? Maybe not. I can't really imagine that myself. It would, I don't want to say it feel cheap using it for the evolution as well. It just wouldn't feel right, almost, okay, yes, Minior's got this little funky ability where it's got Shields Down, whatever, etc. That's pretty cool. However, I would expect its evolution to have a different ability regardless of whether that evolution was Solrock or Lunatone. It would just make more sense to me for some reason. It's just how I feel, of course. Something other people might say, nah, they're going to carry on. Maybe it will be Shields Down in particular. Maybe it will be some other new unique ability, but it won't be Shields Down exactly. Maybe it will be related to the core. Now, I'm not just talking about ability here, but obviously we have 6 different cores. If Solrock and Lunatone were indeed the evolutions of Minior, then obviously this sort of core idyllic would be lost completely. Would they do that? Well, again, yes, I feel like they could do that just to lose, yes, okay, it's a nice little funky thing. They have 6 different cores, all fun. You can collect all 6 of them. Does it need to carry that on evolution? Maybe, yes, okay, like Flabébé and Floette do that with their different colours. Maybe, or maybe, they just don't. It's really, 50-50, I suppose, at the moment. But of course, regardless of whether Minior is actually the pre-evolution of Solrock and Lunatone, let's assume it is. How would it evolve? Well, one option is they could be Sun and Moon sort of, I don't want to say exclusives, but in Sun, Minior could evolve into Solrock, and in Moon, Minior could evolve into Lunatone, maybe by leveling up in a certain location. Something along those lines. Maybe it could be day and night, so during the day Minior evolves into Solrock, during the night Minior evolves into Lunatone. That's another possibility there. Or, of course, it could be Sunstone and Moonstone, Evolve Minior with Sunstone, you get yourself a Solrock, evolve a Moonstone, you get yourself a Lunatone. It would make sense, and really having a pre-evolution for Solrock and Lunatone would only make sense in these games. Yes, okay, I'm not saying, in another game it would make sense, but it would make perfect sense in these games. Sun, Moon is exactly what they're based off of. Giving it a pre-evolution now would just make sense. But those are just my thoughts, guys. What I want to know, or what I want to get is your thoughts. Do you think Minior could be a pre-evolution to Solrock and Lunatone? Do you think it's possible? Would they do it even if it meant losing this unique ability, Shields Down and this different coloured cores? Or do you think it's very likely, and how do you think that evolution will happen? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, but this is it for me for today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.